With Suicide Squad and Doctor Strange right around the corner, we have a whole year of awesome comic book movies coming out, and I missed responding to most of them because I was away for Comic Con. And welcome back to the heart of the stories we tell, a series where I spend way too much time thinking about what makes a story. And today's episode is Comic Con Update. So while I was away at Nikon, Comic Con happened, and I just wanted to get up to date on what I thought of everything that came out. We're going to start with the fact that if you like what I'm saying and doing, click that subscribe button right here, and make sure and hear all of my thoughts about all of them as they actually come out. I'm going to start, though, with TV, and with TV I'm going to start with the cartoon, Justice League Action. I went into this being a little optimistic and hoping it was going to have the best parts of JLU mixed with some of the excitement and energy of Teen Titans Go, and I totally wasn't disappointed. So far, none of the humor seems to be as crude or as juvenile as Titans Go, but everything seems to still be the nice action-packed. I will admit the Wonder Woman scene where she calls Batman and Superman her sidekicks give me a bit of pause, but Firestorm saying he can fix things definitely made me feel good. So all in all, I'm holding out hope for these 15-minute episodes that will air back to back. Over on the CW, Constantine is getting a second life, not a second season, but a second life, as its reruns will be holding some spots open for potential of Constantine showing up in those shows later on. And with that, let's talk about the whole Berlantiverse. The weakest of the Berlantiverse shows is Arrow, and there was some good news maybe that Laurel will be returning for this season, although my understanding is it will be as in flashbacks. Not exactly the Black Canary we were hoping for, however. Her sister over in Legends of Tomorrow just dropped the title page for episode 2. The Justice Society. And we also have confirmed who is going to be in that Justice Society. We have the Atom, we have Obsidian, which is a Green Lantern stand-in and the Golden Age Green Lantern's son. I'll do a whole video on the Justice Society once we get closer and get a little more information. And we also found out about their enemies, specifically the Legion of Doom. Flash, we found out a bit more about Flashpoint. Flashpoint is going to have Wally be Flash for a while, along with several other twists and turns that we'll have to pay attention to. Supergirl, I didn't hear much about other than the fact that she's joining the cast of the whole Berlantiverse, and we're going to get another Black Speedster. Okay, you know what? Can I just say, Flash needs villains that aren't speedsters. But okay. With that, let's shoot back over to Marvel and talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The nerd in me pumps my fist. Yeah, Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider coming to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And then the more realistic part of me goes, this is going to be a lot like Game of Thrones. Well, if we have the dragons, we can't have the dire wolves. If we have the dire wolves in this scene, we can't have a giant. Except in this case, it's going to be, if we want the guy in the flaming skull motorcycle to be in 3 episodes, how many times do we have to cut back on Daisy's Quake ability? Not much came out about the Cloak and Dagger series, although the Netflix one started dropping stuff, so let's just say that I'm still hopeful for Cloak and Dagger, really happy about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but apprehensive, and talk about some Netflix. So we got a lot about Netflix. We got a little more information about Luke Cage, we got a trailer for Luke Cage, we got the teaser trailer for Iron Fist, and we got a really small quick teaser for The Defenders, and I'm looking forward to all of it. All of them seem to be very well written, and so far the Netflix series hasn't let me down. My only question and qualm is exactly how far they're going to take the Iron Fist mysticism, but for that we're going to just have to wait and see. So, all in all, looking forward to all the Netflix shows. So moving from MCU TV to MCU movies, we have the Doctor Strange trailer. I'm still holding out a lot of hope for this. The joke about the Wi-Fi password literally actually made me laugh out loud, so that's a good sign. I love him in costume. Throwing that cape back was awesome. But there's also part of me that still really worries about the whitewashing and really worries about the Inception special effect with the patterns. But still holding out a lot of hope, and the MCU has not really let me down yet. Going into the next one is Thor Ragnarok, and oh my god, Planet Hulk. Planet Hulk, Planet Hulk, Planet Hulk, Gladiator Hulk fighting Thor in the arena. Oh my god, the whole thing is, my mind is melting. I am so excited. As more information comes out about both of those, we'll talk about them, and of course I'll be doing reviews. However, from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we're going to move over to the DC Cinematic Universe. and the Justice League. It looks to me like Snyder's been neutered a little, and with Affleck's help, they've brought a little more light into the DCU. One of my favorite lines in the trailer is still, "Can I keep this?" Although, a close second is, I need friends. And both are delivered by Ezra Miller's Flash, so I'm holding out a lot of hope for it. But before that, we have Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman has not stopped blowing me away yet. From the scene where she's waking up her new love interest to the scenes of them communicating and talking. I loved her referring to the secretary as a slave, although it was obviously a bit off. I like the fact that Chris Pine is able to play a strong male character without being an overbearing one. And, oh god, I just hope the Wonder Woman movie succeeds. I really want it to. So while I still get my sleeping schedule back on track, and I'm going to put out another video today about my experiences at Nikon while I talk about those things, why don't you put down in the comments anything you've thought about all of these news out of Comic-Con? I didn't even touch half of it yet. And as each movie comes up, I will explore more and more as we journey into the heart of the comic book superhero movie. Remember to subscribe to get more of my content, and if you really like me, maybe give me a thumbs up or a share, and we will continue this conversation later. Until then, thank you for joining me as we walk through the heart of the stories we tell.